Today we're relaxing by the lake with Carl, a QHS member whose life journey is as refreshing and inspiring as the days spent by the water. But what currents guided him to where he is today? Let's take a peaceful stroll through his story and see what's been happening behind the scenes.
My name is Carl, and I'm 65 years old this year, and I have had a wonderful life growing up in California. I had two interesting things happen, and was in two coma accidents before I was 2 years old, about a year apart, and I've since seen that as being something that the enemy probably wanted to take me out for what my destiny really is. I grew up in a Episcopalian church background, went to church, was an acolyte there, and then was raised by a wonderful family in a pretty decent part of Southern California. And about the time of getting into my teens, we started waning away from church and got into the world's influences, things that weren't quite right. But sports saved me a lot. I was good in baseball and made all-star teams and was captains of teams. And then in high school, was the captain of the football team and also the captain of the wrestling team, and went on to wrestle all through college. I say to people that I majored in wrestling and got a degree in geology. Dumber than a stick of wood when I got out. But in any event, and through that process, I became addicted to partying of different kinds, and was good enough to probably be world class, but that was not what the Lord wanted me to do, because I wasn't humble, and I would have been up on a pedestal and been an arrogant person. So there was a fall, and then one day I said a prayer, and within a couple hours after the prayer of being saved, I met my wife, and I had a voice from the Lord tell me 2 hours after this prayer that this was going to be my wife. And I told the voice that I wasn't mature enough to do this, and he said he would take care of everything, and he did. We did get married. We're still married. We're in our 35th year. We have wonderful children. She wouldn't date me unless I was a Christian, and so I started studying the Bible, and I've been a Bible study guy ever since. I found out that some of the things that I learned earlier were wrong, and was comfortable enough with backing out of my what I thought the Lord was about. And so here we are with hearing about the reset and hearing about good guys and bad guys and black hats and white hats and the quantum system and the quantum computer and Q and all of this stuff. And I was introduced to something about that, and somehow Ron Giles was on a Charlie Ward show, and so I went to listen to Ron for a while, and I thought that he had more. Well, I won't judge, but because of that, I listened to Ron more, and I became a fan and a member, and I did all of the studying and programs for being generous with the future, whatever these SCR scripts are that we're going to be getting. And in the meantime, I have a very successful business consulting on pollution cleanup properties, and have lots of people that I help with keeping the government out of their hair. And when they spill something, we get the cord cut so that the government's no longer regulating them. And that's what I do for a living. I'm a grandfather 3 times. And okay, now let's talk about injuries. The reason I was interested in QFS, QHS, quantum healing systems, was I have a number of injuries from my sports, a number of injuries from work, and my hip and my back went out. So was a candidate for surgery, and I didn't want to do surgery. So I've been looking into all kinds of holistic things. And there's something about speaking life into your own self and speaking positive words and positive energy that comes from the Father. And the Father is the great healer, and he lives in us, and we are supposed to believe that whatever we say comes true. And that happens. And so sometimes we need a little help. Sometimes we need another person who has a different experience, or the time and patience that we need to realize why we want to be fixed or healed. And one reason I want to be fixed and healed is I'm walking around limping all the time, and it seems to be better since I've been wearing the device. And the device is this guy right here, and it's nice. And I'm just a big fan of the Lord and his ability. And I think that he's calling some people right now to unify and help those that have been so beaten up or depressed or held back by somebody speaking death on them or something, that we are supposed to be there to help them. So that's why I'm in. What I'm really looking forward to in the golden age is to have everybody have an opportunity to receive the love of the Creator and the Father. I, of course, believe that he sent his Son, the Savior, and but I'm not religious about that, and I'm open to other things. I believe that there will be an awakening. I believe that there will be need for much teaching. I believe there'll be need for much preaching and adjusting. After a person receives the knowledge, they're going to need to be taught and brought back and restored and healed. And there will also be the need to regenerate or renew the economies with new resources, new ways of doing things, cleaning the earth up. And I'm good at most of the things I just spoke about. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, is having these dark spirits just be gone. I just am so tired of them and the desire to trash things and hurt things and ruin people and be selfish and take things from people. And I didn't even know that there were people like that till I went off to college. I thought everybody was like us, and it took a long time to realize that we are that there's wheat and tares in the same world, and they're here. So it'd be really nice when they're not. And if so, we can maybe build a big corral for them to all be in, and they can do what they want to each other in there, but they can't be with us. So that's the plan. And I'm also really good in mining and finding resources and moving heavy equipment and trucking and excavating and markets and things like that, and financial system. So I understand all of that stuff. To close up, I am very excited about the studies that have gone in behind the quantum healing system and how they can use natural energy to realign the body. And then once somebody is reset, they can then do their purpose for why they were created. And I'm looking forward to being part of that. I'm so thankful for the QHS team and the project, and I'm going to try to do my best with it.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.